What's going on, guys? I go by the name of Charles. Welcome back to another video. This one's gonna be a little interesting. I'm gonna talk about a different aspect from the usual topics and kind of get into how much I actually made as a network analyst. And I know M already made a video on this topic, but I kind of wanted to put my own perspective on it and my experiences. And I know this is very important for some people that may want a general idea of what you'll be making around if you end up getting a position similar to mine. And plus, everybody loves money, so I might as well kill two birds with one stone. So when I first got on the team, I made a total of $55,000 annually. Of course, we were salary, so there wasn't any clocking in or clocking out. For the most part, we can kind of come and go as we please. It was really like an open office. Whenever we took a break, we didn't have a certain time we had to come back. And the same thing applied for lunch. The switch from hourly to salary, really good actually. I felt like we had a lot more freedom. It's always good to not have, like a time restraint put on you. It gives you a chance to be a little bit more productive, and it kind of teaches you time management at the same time because you're not confined to an actual time to be back at your desk. Now, this was a big jump from what I made at the help desk position. So as someone in college, in their early 20s, making that amount, it's a little different. At this time, I had my own apartment. I was able to afford a car note on a brand new car. And I had a lot more money to spend on a lot of useless miscellaneous items. I would always go out and buy, sneakers, clothes. Again.
Man, can you just help me, bro?
Technologies, like stuff that I actually did need as well. But, I had to do a little extra for myself because I was making a lot more, I was proud of myself. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. As soon as I made that big jump, my spending habits increased greatly. I was splurging. I was doing all right before. I really wasn't able to spend extra money on the things that I wanted. And it got so bad at one point that I had to just give my mom money just so I wouldn't see it. Just let her, hide it from me, stash it somewhere. But after, like a couple months and a couple lectures, I started getting the hang of it, and I started getting right. But once I reached that point in my life, besides the excessive spending, I really didn't see a problem in spoiling myself a little bit, reminding myself that, it's not all work, if you work hard, you can play hard as well. I didn't really think of it as much. As soon as I got my plan together and my method together, we were pretty okay. But the biggest thing that I did not expect to happen was the tax that they take out. Guys, the tax that they take out is almost close to how much I made as a help desk analyst. It was wild. Like, I would look at my pay stub every 2 weeks. We got paid bi-weekly, and I made roughly $1,500 every check. And they would blast me on the taxes. They would take almost as close to $800 to $850 every 2 weeks. And I couldn't believe it. Can you imagine how much money I would have made if they wouldn't have taken that? So, that kind of puts it in perspective that taxes will kill you. The more money you make, the more taxes they take out. That is entirely true. When I was younger, I want to say high school and just getting into college, I honestly did not expect to make that amount of money at this age. I expected a lot less. Probably my first help desk job, I expected that money, and even that was okay. And although that may not be a lot for some, it was definitely a big milestone for me. Because like I said in previous videos, I've always worked the close to minimum wage type jobs. And the most important piece about making, this additional money is that I was already doing fine before, but with this big leap, I was able to take a portion of that money and save it. That was, something hard for me to do at first, but as soon as I got started on it, it just became easier and easier. And I just ended up forgetting about that money. It was almost automatic. Every time I got a paycheck, every time I got paid, I would put that money straight into the savings account and won't even look at it, because I know myself. And I know that, early on I would want to start pulling from it, but I needed to teach myself a lot of discipline to keep that money in there. So after a while, once you see that money start to pile up, it'll feel great knowing that you accomplished that. And I would say on certain days, I feel like I definitely worked for my money. Because on a day-to-day, sometimes you'll run into some issues that'll take you out of your comfort zone. And I had to deal with a lot of those. Yeah, it wasn't always sweet. There was a lot of, bumps in the road, a lot of irate users we had to deal with on a daily basis. I just wasn't laying back, just relaxing the whole time. I actually had to put in the work for it. Like I said in, videos in the past, one of the things that we had to take care of was network connectivity at the sites that we managed. And without any internet connection or some of the technology not working, of course the end user would be very upset. I've had screaming matches on the phones, the users taking their frustrations out on me. And yeah, it did. At first, it took a toll on me, but then you just get used to it. You kind of understand where they're coming from, because they can't run a business at that point. If they're relying on their stuff to work, their technology and their electronics to work to make money, you can kind of understand that, yeah, we're not making any bread, so I'm gonna yell at this dude for 30, 45 minutes until he gets it right. Yeah, and that was just one of the things that I had to go through. I'm talking to, service providers, network providers, ISPs. It may not seem like they know what they're talking about half the time, so going through that was annoying. I've been given the runaround so many times, saying they're gonna call me back, waiting maybe until the next day, and then you're calling for an update and they don't even have one for you. Like, okay, what were you doing all day long? It just came with the territory. You gotta tough it out, and at the end of the day, it always works out one way or another. Or if it doesn't, then you just come in tomorrow and you try again. But it wasn't always that bad. So yeah, this was just a little quick video. I didn't want to spend too much time on it. I just wanted to give just some general information on how much I made around that time and for that particular position. Now it varies for different jobs, states. It might be a little less, it might be more. It just depends on where you go. But I hope that gave a lot of you some insight on that if you're interested in going towards that route. Again, thank you guys for supporting us. I hope I didn't take too long. Post another video from my last one, but as you know, we're gonna continue to pump them out, continue to give you guys new content as fast as we can. Like always, if you have any questions or anything that you might want to see a video on, drop them in the comments below. Make sure you like and subscribe and share the video. We appreciate you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.